Hi, Reconnective Healing friends. I want to share my last experience with death because it was so beautiful and so touching, and it's something very close to my heart. 2 years ago, my father-in-law died, and I've always been really close to him. He has helped me a lot and always encouraged me, and even during the separation from my ex-husband, he was there for me, and he had my well-being in mind, and I really appreciate this. So he had cancer and was supposed to get a transplant, and it didn't work for several reasons, and we all knew he would die, and so did he. And he avoided me. He didn't really want to. He always said, well, when I'm feeling better, you come join me and then we'll do something. And I thought, well, let me come and we can just watch a movie, or I can bring lunch or dinner. But he didn't want that, because I think that he knew that with me, he would have to feel and he would have to look at the truth of it. And I think he wasn't ready. And I can't just not be in awareness. And so I accepted not seeing him and his process, until one day my ex-husband called me and said, look, if you want to say goodbye, you should go to the hospital. There's not going to be much time left. And so I went there. I picked a time when there were not so many people, so I could have time with him. And it was so beautiful. He was this transformed person. He was an atheist, and I'm sure he didn't believe in anything, in any kind of existence after the physical death. And so he was sitting there smiling at me and saying, well, you have to let go, you have to accept. What else is there? And he was at peace with this. And that was so beautiful, because this strong-willed person that always fought for things and insisted on things, for him to learn to accept in that with so much grace was beautiful. And so we talked a bit and we remembered things, and I told him how much I love him and how much I appreciate everything he had done for me, and that he was a wonderful father-in-law. And we looked into each other's eyes, and he didn't say much. He just kept saying, you have to accept. And there was this silent moment when there was such a deep connection with him, looking at each other without words. And I've never been so close to him as in that moment. And so, knowing that he didn't believe, I told him, I said, look, don't be scared. You'll continue living, you'll continue existing, if only within me, within my son, within all of us who continue being here. I knew he would exist in many other ways, but that was what he could accept. And I felt this wave of peace and love, and everything in me opened up to this eternal existence that I didn't have to put into words, because just looking at him, we both felt it. It was so beautiful. And so we just sat there in silence, looking at each other, being with each other. And later on, I got dressed and I left the room, and before I left, I turned around and I waved at him and he waved at me, and it was a very light goodbye, just saying, see you later. And I know, I can feel that in his process of dying, in his physical death, he expanded and he came to know what I already knew. He came to know his true existence, and he's always with me. He's always here, even after I moved, even after many things happened, he's here and I feel him, and I know that there's loving support from him, and I'm very, very grateful for this. And if I cry, it's not because I'm sad about losing him, it's because something really deep gets touched in me that I'm so grateful for. It's the beauty of our existence beyond all the story of our lives that really, it just touches me. This eternal being that just shines through in this experience. Thank you for sharing this with me, and bye for now.